entertain somebody for a while, it's a good thing. So I think I'm proudest of the fact that maybe some of the things I've done have entertained people. And whether that's Spider-Man or Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, or the Thing yelling clobbering time, whatever it is, I'm happy that some people have enjoyed it.
Okay, what is up, guys? This is Ray from Rated R Reviews, and this, unfortunately, is a sad time. So, sadly to say, this past weekend, we lost a great creator of comic books, comic book characters, movie appearances, and just a great person in general. Even though I never met him, he always seemed to be positive and uplifting and a constant inspiration for others because of his work and what he's done. Of course, I'm talking about Stanley Martin Lieber, otherwise known as Stan Lee, pretty much the father of Marvel Comics. He was born December 28th, 1922 in New York City, my personal hometown. And it saddens me to say he passed away at the age of 95 on November 12th, 2018 in Los Angeles. Now, I'm pretty much a comic book movie nerd. I love movies in general. I especially love the Marvel movies, DC movies as well, but this guy, Stanley, he pretty much he is a main component of starting the whole Marvel Comics thing. It was him and Jack Kirby, originally Jack Kirby being Marvel's, I believe, first and main artist, from the 1940s onward. Stanley pretty much ran everything from 1940s to 2010. To become this Marvel icon. He did all these appearances in pretty much every single Marvel movie, and I believe even TV show. He was on the TV shows in one way, shape, or form. Even in some of the video games, he popped up in voiceovers, radio, news, article, everything, anything and everything of media you could think of. Stanley was a part of in some way, shape, or form with his famous line Excelsior. Pretty much it's a Latin meaning of, I guess, a way of saying up, up and away, or moving forever forward, or forever up, or light up, something like that. Um, Light up, excuse me. But yeah, we he passed away at the age of 95 on November 12th, and sad day, sad day. I know a lot of people around the world definitely felt that. He was a great comic book writer. Obviously, he brought us, likes of Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor. I mean, he wasn't an artist, but he was a comic book writer for all those stories, especially the Hulk. Comic book editor, publisher with Jack Kirby, excuse me, Steve Ditko, Don Heck, and other artists, other writers. He's won awards. He's pretty much known as a Disney legend, Marvel legend, National Medal of Arts. The Jack Kirby, he put into the Jack Kirby Hall of Fame, and he won the Will Eisner Award. A couple years back. He definitely was an inspiration to a lot of people. A lot of people believe that once his wife, Joan Bucock, passed away, last year, actually in 2017, excuse me, that she passed away, that he kind of would take a back seat and not be out so much, but he was still out there, still making cameos, still writing articles, still doing his stuff for Marvel, not necessarily directly, but he was he was still in support of all his characters. And from what everyone says, every news article, every person who ever met him saying that he was a great person. Um, excuse me. He was in great collaboration at Marvel, obviously, with co-writers and artists. Like I said, Jack Kirby before Steve Ditko. He worked with Spider-Man, X-Men, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Fantastic Four, Black Panther, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, pretty much everybody from the 60s, 70s, pretty much everybody. He's it's just a sad time right now. I never had a chance to meet him. I was able to go to a couple of Comic Cons here and there, and I heard he was there a few times, but I always missed him. Always said next year, and now there's no more next year. You can't meet the man anymore because he's gone, and I definitely regret not meeting him that year I was there. I believe it was 2015. Um, and well, just a sad time. May he rest in peace. He definitely. I mean, he's had a lot of family help in the very beginning of his career. He had a family help from an uncle of his, who became I believe, an assistant or some sort of artist hand, in the late 1930s for a place called Timely Comics, which is a pulp comics division, comic book publisher under Martin Goodman's company. By the 60s, it would evolve. They created these characters and storylines that would create the movies and TV shows that we watch now. Like right now, Spider-Man: Homecoming that came out 2 years ago, great movie. The Avengers, the Iron Man movies, the Captain America movies. For me, the Captain America movies are the best ones for the trilogy. And thank you, Mr. Lee, for having a big part in bringing that to life and just making a good solid character, good solid stories that's fun to watch, entertaining, and also some moral fiber in there. Like I love Captain America, that's wonderful. Um, the Hulk originally was gray, and something happened where the ink didn't go right, or the ink didn't print properly, and he looked green instead. And he says, "Screw it, we're gonna keep the green," and it worked. The character stood out. Um, Great little mistake right there, Uh, Mr. Stan Lee, so sad that he passed away at the age of 95, but you led a full and great life, and you left something with the world that not only will continue pretty much forever, but will continue to inspire other artists, other creators, other writers, other editors, and hopefully create some good fantasy work out there. Okay, so Mr. Lee, rest in peace. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, personally, and millions of others. And do me a favor, tell Mr. Jack Kirby up there in heaven, thank you so much for his art and his contributions as well. Thank you. Rest in peace, guys.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.